All right, y'all, we back with another video. And I kind of was scared to do this video because I don't know how much a lot of people don't like Shakur Stevenson. And rightfully so, because Shakur, the thing about Shakur, now he been working with Terrence Crawford on like just being better, really. And the thing is, like Shakur, it wasn't that he wasn't good. It was that when he got in the ring with somebody that can actually punch, because you got to realize Shakur is 5'9", guys, so he got a big frame. He probably can't fight at 147 if he just really wanted to. He got a big frame. He can put on a lot more muscle and weight, really. But he been fighting at 130, 126. At 135, that last fight he fought, Edwin was the first power puncher that Shakur ever faced that can really hit. And you can tell it just changed Shakur's whole game plan. Like, he did not want to counter. He did not want to trade more than one or two punches. And you can't do that with no power puncher. Not when you've been talking as much as Shakur has. Now, he been working real hard on the pass and all that stuff, which is cool. He been working on staying in front, in the middle, counter punching. He been working real hard on that. I got to give him that discount. But the thing is, you got to do that in the fight. Because it's not like Shakur having counter punching and having did all this stuff in the fight, but he did a lot of damage at 130. But when he got to 135, he did some pretty good stuff too at 135. He beat some decent people, but he don't have the one knockout power. Shakur just don't got that. But the one thing he do got is speed, which I think he can use to his advantage. But like I said, I told you, he been training on staying close and being close to somebody. But Shakur already knew how to do that. That didn't have nothing to do with that last fight. That last fight, Shakur was in there with a puncher. Edwin had 15 KOs in like 17 fights. 17 or 16 fights. So he was in there with a real puncher. And a lot of times, dudes like Shakur or just bigger guys can beat up on little guys. Like, they can beat up on little guys, but when they get in there with somebody their size with a real puncher, they turn to a whole different person. Now, Shakur, one thing I would give him, he going to always be in shape during the fight. I feel like he can put on more muscle, though, and more so it can help with his mental, because when Shakur got in there with a real power punch, he didn't feel like he had the strength to really hurt that dude. Now, we ain't seen Shakur did. Shakur felt his power early on in that fight and said, look at this. Shakur counter-punching, moving forward, staying on the ropes, got his hands up, staying in the middle. Look at these punches right here. So it's not like Shakur can't throw punches. It's not like he can't throw combinations. It's not like he can't stand in the middle of the ring. He done it before. And that was the only fight I really seen him not do that. Even against Oscar, like I said, Oscar is a smaller opponent, though. You see what I'm saying? But he did a lot of counter-punching against him. He stayed right in the middle of the ring. He counter-punched against him. He was a 135-pounder, too. So it's not like Shakur, guys. It's not like he can't sit there in the middle of the ring. He got to run around the ring. He got in there with somebody his size that's kind of way bigger than him. Even actually, you look at Edwin back, his back was way bigger than Shakur. He did look like he had more muscle mass. But Shakur got in there with somebody that can punch, and he didn't want to trade. Look at this. You can tell by the way Edwin throwing these punches that he got a lot of power, really. And look, watch the counter punch by Shakur. He countered him with the right hook, and then he started backing up. Which didn't make any sense. Like, you just hit him with a good counter punch, but look at the difference in their backside right there. Look at Edwin back. You can tell he bigger than Shakur, about the same side. So Shakur felt that, man, he gotta get that confidence that he can beat somebody that's the same size as him. Now, I think he'll do a good job against Tank because Tank is a smaller fighter, really. Shakur is way bigger than him. I think Shakur's problem would be against guys that's bigger than him or the same size against him and that can actually hit. Shakur do not want to trade with power punches, and he got to get out of there. He got to start trusting his strength, his power, his chin. He got to start trusting in it, because if he don't, man, Shakur is not going to be the star that he really can be. Like, before that last fight, man, a lot of people, Shakur was coming up to the top, man. He was catching a lot of people's eyes. That's why a lot of people watched that fight Thursday, and that's why a lot of people still talking about it, because a lot of people watched that fight and they seen that and was like, wait a minute, dude, you stepped up in competition, get somebody that can really punch, and you did that. So Shakur he got to get out of his mental thinking that he can't take a punch and that he can't hurt somebody. That's why I said he need to probably put on some more muscle, get in the gym, get stronger, because he gotta have that confidence, because he's not gonna beat nobody like Isaac Cruz or Tank. Like I said, I think he'll do better against Tank, but once Tank start cracking him, what would happen then? Or will he actually even want to trade with Tank, because Tank is a good counterpuncher? So he got to get that in his mental that, hey, I can actually hurt these dudes, and I can take their punches. Because that last fight showed me that, okay, when he get in there with a power puncher, he fight a little bit different, and you can't fight like that and be a fan favorite. Fans are not gonna want to see you run around. They just not. So he gonna have to change up there. He been working on staying in the middle, but I think it really come down mentally for Shakur. He gotta get over being afraid to not get hit. He gotta take some punches. Terrence Crawford do it. Canelo do it. All the greats do it, man. They take punches. It's boxing. You're gonna get hit. You can't be afraid to get hit with a big shot. But we'll see. July the 6th, his next fight is July the 6th against the opponent that Frank Martin went 12 rounds with. So if he can get a knockout TKO, that will make a little bit of a statement. But we'll see, man.